Good morning, and I'm back. Baruch Hashem, Maidani. We're back. It's a Tuesday. Yom Shukul Tov. It's a double good day, and we got coffee and Chassidus, so we're ready to rock and roll. Here we go. So yesterday we had 3 questions on the first pasuk and second pasuk of the Saras Tibris, Anochi Hashem Lekecha. This is the first pasuk that says that's the first pasuk. So we have those 3 questions that we spoke about yesterday. Why Lamer, Mitzrayim, and we also had another question of about Anochi. So the Rebbe today is going to go into Anochi. And we're going to discuss that. We'll try to cover some ground because it is a long mimer. So hold on to your seats and get ready. There's another thing that requires explanation. Before we answer all these questions, let's delve in a little bit. With regard to the 3 ideas of Anochi Avalekecha, I am Hashem your God. We explained previously, Anochi, when we say the term Anochi, when the Torah says Anochi, the explanation given is Anochi. What is Anochi? What is I? It's I am who I am. However, we find an additional concept, explanation for the word Anochi. Gemorah, as it explains in the tractate in the Talmud, Masechet Shabbos, with regard to Anochi, the idea of abbreviation in the Torah. Where do we have that? Anochi nitrikon ana nafshi ksavis yahavis. I am the one who wrote it and gave it. So that is a Rashi Tevis, Aleph, Nun, Chaf, Yud, which spells out Anochi. So where do we see Rashi Tevis, abbreviated, Rashi Tevis would be the first of each letter. In the Torah, the word Anochi. So we see that in the Gemorah. The idea of ksiva, writing, which is kasavis, then afterwards, the idea of giving it down here below, Yahavis, bringing it. It is a great contraction in comparison to the level of Anochi, Misha Anochi, I am who I am, which, as the Zohar explains, is not alluded to in any word or letter or the kaitzim that are on top of the letters, those little thorns or sticks or whatever you want to call it on top of letters in the Torah. So there's a big contrast between the 2 ideas. I'm the one who wrote it and gave it to you, versus down here, versus I am who I am, and I'm not alluded to in any type of fashion in any way, basically. Essentially, that's what it's saying. So there's a big contrast between 2 different ideas. There's a big difference between the 2 different ones. I gave it to you down here versus I am who I am. You have no relationship. I'm far beyond you. So based on this, Nimsa, we find that based on the explanation of the Zohar, the level of Anochi, according to the Zohar, is way above the levels. So just a little background in general. Names of God, actually it says that the Torah is made up of all names of God. God's expression, how God is expressed, is in the different names. So as the expression of God, of Havaya Lekecha, which we spoke about yesterday, expression of relation, expression of teva, of nature, these are different expressions of godliness. And Anochi's another expression. So therefore, according to the Zohar, the expression of Anochi, of godliness, the way it is in Anochi, I, is way above the expressions of godliness of Havaya Lekecha. I am Hashem, your God, which is the tetragrammaton, Yud Kei Vav Kei, and Elokim, which is Hateva, nature, those two names. However, V'il Mitzad, Pirush HaGemorah, Shanochi, Davis, Anochi, Ksavis Yavis. On the other hand, the explanation of the Gemorah, which is, I'm the one who wrote it and gave it to you, this expression of Anochi is lower than Elikecha, even Elikecha, nature. Because Elokim is only the numerical value of Teva, of nature. Even the way it is in Teva, in nature, even the way God is within nature, it's in a way of ability. It's Hashem's ability. However, the idea of Yehavis, of I give it to you, the way of I gave it to you is the way the Torah is given, in a way that it's down here below, where I'm giving it to you, it's now yours, and you're now the balabais on the Torah. It's yours to own, it's yours to do something. Shanasa Shalai becomes yours. So it's more than nature. Nature is God's. Teva is God, belongs to God. At the end of the day, God did not give us nature. You see that? We have no control over nature. The Eibishter has control over nature. So Elikim is still God's. At the end of the day, it's in God's control, so to speak. Versus Anochi, the way we're explaining Anochi, that he gave it to us, is he says, here's a present. It's yours. You are now owning it. It's yours possession. So there's a big difference. It's seemingly a lower type of way. It's based on the receiver, how you receive it, and what you do with it. That you receive something that is within reach. It's within a level that you could interact with it. Something that's at your level. Your level. At the level at which you find yourself, the Jewish people find themselves before the giving of the Torah. And therefore, therefore we have to point out, or that even when it is below, the Torah, even when it is below, however, right? It's my words are like fire. It's like fire. Just like fire cannot become susceptible to impurity, after Torah in Mekabel Tuma, so too words of Torah cannot become impure. They're godly, they're holy, they never become impure. And therefore, this is lower than Elokecha. And for sure, lower than the name Havaya, Yud Kei Vav Kei, the tetragrammaton. For sure, when we say, the Zohar says, it's what's Anochi? It's this level that's above any expression. Essentially, it's obviously what the Gemorah is saying that Anochi is way lower than that. So here we have a contrast of what does Anochi mean. Now, to explain this, it's a little bit long, so I think we'll leave it with just a question on Anochi. I went longer on the question than I expected, and tomorrow we'll try to start to understand what it means. I love to do it, but it's going to end up taking a very long time. I see already. But the question is, you have this seeming contradiction of what Anochi means, and we'll leave it at that. That's the lesson for today, and the Rebbe will start to break it down and try to explain to us how this operates. Have a fantastic day. Chaim uvracha. I made a shahak already, so make another one. So we won't make a bracha. Coffee tastes great. Thank you, Chosen Bean, for the coffee. Have a fantastic day. Chaim.